It's 18 days to election 2020. Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6 with me, Bernice Abubeidu-Lansa.
We'll be burying 5 at a go. We're going to bury more. We only want to elect the public. The COVID is real, and therefore protect yourself. Observe the national protocol measures to protect yourself, protect your family.
COVID is real. Stay safe. Please wear a mask. The news is live on Joy 99.7 and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. Also on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi. Affiliates across Ghana, including Swiss 93.7 FM in Ho and worldwide at myjoyonline.com. Coming up, Joy News investigation uncovers procurement breaches at the National Lottery Authority that has resulted in the loss of over $10 million of the taxpayers' money.
Assuming customization increased the price of the terminal by 100% using the invoice we obtained from the Chinese company, Nesgo N5 should cost at most $344 per piece and not $849, more than double the exaggerated amount.
And the Electoral Commission announces it will declare the results of the December 7 elections 24 hours after voting ends.
All things being equal, by the next day, before we go to bed, we'll have declared the results.
We'll hear more from Director of Electoral Services at the Commission.
In business, a little over 200 million cedis paid to some customers of liquidated fund management firms after GCB Capital commenced payment process early last month. We'll tell you more on the Joy Business Report.
And government to undertake rewiring at all major markets in Accra to avert fire incidents. We have details as processes begin to provide financial support to victims of Wednesday's inferno at the Odona Market. Thanks for your company. The details now. A Joy News investigation has uncovered the nation lost over $10 million in the procurement of point-of-sale devices for the National Lottery Authority. Our team gathered evidence that the contract for the supply of 30,000 POS devices for the NLA could have cost less than half of the contract sum of $25 million. Here are excerpts of that investigation.
The Nesgo N5 had never been used for lottery anywhere in the world. Barely 3 months after the team arrived in Ghana, Mr. Oseameyao wrote a letter to the Public Procurement Authority, PPA, on 25th October 2018, asking permission to use single-source procurement method to procure 30,000 Nesgo N5 smart point-of-sale terminals for the NLA. He wanted the endorsement of the PPA to use the narrow window of single sourcing to choose Chinese firm Shenzhen Zingodu Technology Limited through the appointed agent in Ghana, Techstart Africa Limited, to supply the items.
The D under section 40, where you have procured some items before, and for whatever reasons you need additional supplies. I mean, common sense will tell you that, look, you just went through all this hell, so why don't you call? But in doing so, don't make sure your current order is not more than what you bought.
The devices previously bought by the NLA were Ingenito, bought at $365 each, and TPS 300, which is currently being used by the NLA, bought at $440 each. These devices were procured in 2010 and 2015. According to this invoice, a buyer who is taking less than 1,000 pieces of the N5 terminals would be required to pay $260 per terminal. If the buyer was acquiring more than 10,000 pieces, however, a terminal would cost $172 per device. Therefore, since the NLA was buying 30,000 pieces, the authority should have been paying $172 per device and not $860.
It's really between that $180 to $300 price range, right? So that's really $180 to $300. Yeah.
Assuming that the NLA bought the highest grade, the price is still inflated by more than 100%. By our calculation, these 1,000 pieces should have cost the NLA 827,130 Ghana cedis. That is less than 1 million cedis. But the company paid 4,082,772 Ghana cedis for them. Assuming Customization increased the price of the terminal by 100% using the invoice we obtained from the Chinese company. Nesgo N5 should cost at most $344 per piece and not $849, more than double the exaggerated amount.
You heard the excerpts of our latest investigation. Tune into the Super Morning Show later today for more details. This is your election headquarters, supported by Petrosol, a delightful experience. The Electoral Commission says it intends to declare results of the December 7 elections 24 hours after the polls. According to the EC, this election will go down in history as the best compared to previous ones. Speaking at the National Dialogue on Peaceful Elections in Accra, Mr. Srebwo, who is Director of Electoral Services at the Commission, said this year almost all materials are in the regions more than 2 weeks to the polls.
All things being equal, by the next day, before we go to bed, we'll have declared the results. So our plan is that we want to declare results on the 8th of December. That's why I said that this year's election is going to be the best, because we are putting in place all the planning that it needs, and we are getting all the support that we need. All the logistics have been put in place. The regions and the districts have been asked to submit what they will need to make our dream of declaring the results the next day a reality.
You heard that Dr. Srebwo Kwaku, he is Director of Electoral Services at the Electoral Commission. Now, government has promised to undertake rewiring of all major markets in Accra to prevent the occurrence of fire accidents. This follows a ghastly inferno which raged for several hours at the Odona Market Wednesday morning, with firefighters struggling to douse the flames due to constrained access to the congested markets. Addressing victims at the scene of the fire, President Akufo-Addo said the rewiring of markets will prevent future occurrences.
Authorities are doing their best. First of all, fortunately now the fire has been contained. They identify who the people are, and then we will see what government can do to begin the process of rehabilitating the people. A decision has been made to rewire all the markets in Accra, and obviously this will be a beginning. So you keep the people informed about the steps the government is taking.
You heard the President Akufo-Addo and Chief Executive of the Klote Kole Municipal Assembly, Ni Ejeteria, tells Joy News plans are underway to relocate victims of the fire while providing financial assistance to them. And some news we are just receiving this morning, we are hearing of a fire outbreak at the kindergarten part of the Sakumono Complex School. Our team is heading there. We'll bring you details in subsequent bulletins. And reservoirs ensure water is available, especially in times of dire need. The challenge, however, arises when users inadvertently leave the commodity to overflow and waste away, resulting in shortages at crucial moments. A teaching assistant at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology is providing a solution by developing a water control and management system. On Tech Thursday, Love FM's Kwesi Deborah speaks with him on how the technology works.
Abdullah Mohammed Zainuddin, an aerospace engineering graduate, is CEO of ABZ Automations. The tech startup seeks to eliminate manual repetitive tasks through the development of hardware and software solutions aimed at specific tasks. Their flagship product, known as the Auto X.
One is to prevent your tank from overflowing when it's full, and the other is to automatically pump water into your tank when you run low on water. So what it does is we have sensors that are installed on this tank, and their duty is to measure the level of the tank. It sends a signal to the controller that, you know what, the tank is getting low on water, so you have to get us some water. So it will turn on the pump and it will fill the tank.
So far, Abdullah has installed the product in many parts of the Ashanti region. Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Deborah.
Now to Arrive Alive, brought to you by the National Road Safety Authority with support from Toyota Ghana Logistics Movers and the Joy News Drive Safe campaign. If you're a passenger, speak up advise drivers against overspeeding, drink driving, wrongful overtaking, and driving tired. That's how you arrive alive. There's more news when you log on to myjoyonline.com. I'm Bernice Abubedu Lansa. Don't forget, later on the Super Morning Show today, we bring you more details of our investigation that has uncovered procurement breaches at